Today I'm going to show you how to create a high converting Upwork profile. Every single one of these steps, and there are 8, are extremely important. They're equally important. So let's get into number 1. The first thing you want to do is make sure that your profile is complete. Make sure that you've got a friendly profile photograph that's taken from the shoulders up. It looks professional. There's good lighting. You're smiling. People can see who you are. Make sure that you've got a title. Make sure that it is short and punchy. Get straight to the point. You're dealing with people that want to give you money. Make sure that you don't waste their time. The next thing is your overview. Make sure that you complete your overview. Make sure that the very first 3 or 4 lines tell the client exactly who you are, what you're about. They can always click on view more and read the rest of the profile, but the first few lines are really, really important. The last thing is that you can actually add in some free samples within your bio if you would like to. So whatever type of work you do, you can sample it, or you can add a link to your portfolio. The next thing over here is to set your hourly rate below market rate. This means that if everyone's doing video editing for $30 an hour, make sure that you're undercutting them by $5 or $10. I know it doesn't sound very clever in the beginning, but because you are trying to get a job, that's one advantage that you have. You're willing to do jobs for less money than other people are so that you can get yourself in there. Make sure that your low rates will help you get your first job. Then you can raise it thereafter if you have a few reviews to actually work on. Then your money looks worth it to the client. The next thing is send as many proposals as possible. I am being dead serious. If you're sending 1 proposal a month, you're definitely not going to get a job. If you're sending 10 proposals, you have a better chance. If you're sending 20 to 30, that's when you are going to start getting replies. You also start to get a feel as to what clients actually want, what they're asking, and then you can document what proposals, what cover letters actually worked and what proposals or cover letters didn't. There are many elements that contribute towards you getting a reply or not getting a reply when you send a proposal. So make sure that you check through all of the details of the job, including when it was posted compared to when you submitted your proposal, how many people had already submitted a proposal, what their budget was, what their location preferences were. Make sure that you look at all of that stuff. The next thing is to personalize every single proposal. Read the job post properly. Understand exactly what it is that the client wants before you start writing. Then say their words back. You need X, I can do Y. Mirror the language that they are using so that they can see that you really listened. If you are dealing with somebody that is casual and laid back, if you send them a proposal that is written like a corporate email, it's not going to resonate with them. On the other hand, if you're dealing with a corporate space and you like, hey, what's up? I saw your guys. You can't speak to somebody in corporate like they're your friend. Make sure that you are personalizing every single proposal. Add a trial offer. This is very important. Don't do work for free. If somebody says they need this job done and it's going to take 5 days, offer them a small $5, $10, $20 trial so that you can see if you even align before you get involved in a project that you can't do. And then the last thing is when you are writing a proposal, and I've linked a video in our channel over here to writing a professional proposal that will win jobs. End it off with a call to action. Let's chat. When are you available? When can we meet? End it off like that. It's direct and it's inviting. And it's human nature to read a question and want to answer it. The next thing over here is your Upwork skills test. Now, your Upwork skills test basically will allow you to understand more about Upwork. So what it basically does is it tests how well you understand the platform and the platform's workings. This score will go onto your profile if it's above 80%. If it's lower than 80%, don't worry about it. It's not going to be public. I only passed my 3rd Upwork skills test. It's literally the same test, and I only passed it on the 3rd try. So don't feel disheartened. Just make sure that you do it so that you have a better understanding. Then also, one of the things that contribute to this is that many clients actually specifically search for freelancers with a verified skill score. Okay. And this basically will allow you to stand out from a larger crowd of freelancers. The next thing is aligning your skills with job availability. Now, there's two ways you can look for jobs. The first way is looking for jobs that are pertaining to the skill set that you already have. So just say, for example, you're a video editor and you look for video editing jobs, but you find that there are not a lot of video editing jobs. However, there are a lot of maybe voiceover jobs, and maybe that's something that you could try or want to do. I'm just using it as an example. Look at the type of jobs that are available and see if you're able to quickly and effectively upskill so you can apply for those jobs that are in high demand. Okay, you can go and search things like entry level data entry, and then this will help you to match your strengths with whatever jobs are available. The searches that you shouldn't be using here is like writing or content creation. These are very oversaturated. It's very general and not very specific. The other thing is to check your job feed all the time. So make sure that you're checking your job feed like every hour, every 15 minutes. I don't know. It depends on how frequently you can check them, but the more, the better, because there are literally jobs posted every single minute, hundreds and thousands of jobs every single minute. And then make sure that you continuously upskill so that you can stay relevant, so you can also qualify for more types of jobs. Keep learning and keep adapting to what the demand of the market is. The second last thing over here is to save searches. Now, if you go into your job feed, you'll be able to search for a specific job. Let's say you want to type in beginner, entry level, data entry, or if you want to type in video editor, whatever, you can actually save that. So now your job feed will actually be made up of just those saved searches. So every time you come back, you'll see only jobs that have those relevant keywords in it. Here's a little tip for saving your keywords. Save keywords like beginner, data entry, easy, 5-star review. These are search based. So when somebody is submitting a job and they are looking for a freelancer, they might say things like, this is an easy task. Now that's going to come up in your job feed. And as a beginner, trying to complete an easy task that requires no skills is very, very clever. So make sure that you're choosing the right keywords to search for. The next thing is your Upwork emails matches. So once they've saved, Upwork will automatically email you matching job listings as they appear. This is, however, region specific. So some regions it does work, some regions it doesn't work. Just check up on that depending on where you are. The next thing is to keep your feed clean. When you are making search queries, then you are making sure that your feed is relevant to you and only you. This means if there's 100 jobs displayed, you will probably be able to apply to maybe 80 to 90 of them. Whereas if you don't have any saved search terms, that feed could have like 100 jobs and the only 20 of them will be relevant. The last thing that we're looking at here, and this is by far the most important, and I did mention that all of them are important, but this is the most important. Keep in mind that your first job will take a few weeks, so be patient. Every single freelancer on Upwork started somewhere, and that's exactly where you are right now, looking for your first job. Make sure that you submit 20 to 30 plus proposals. You are going to get hired. Volume right now is your key strength. Log your wins, review all of the proposals that you've submitted that actually got replies, that got hires, and make sure that you're reviewing them. See how you handled them. See what kind of phrases you put in them. I had a look at some of my Upwork proposals that I made like weeks ago, months ago, years ago, and some of them are really bad, and I realized why I didn't get the job. So build on that and work towards bettering it every single proposal that you submit. And the last thing is, don't quit. Stay consistent, continue to submit proposals, and push hard. You will get that first job.